Hi, this is Dan Shepherd from Auganizer. I just wanted to do a quick video to address some people's questions, which were if you rename any of your plugins, if you organise them, put them into subfolders and change the plugin name, will you be able to open old Logic projects and will they play back with the same settings that you had? Will there be any problems? I'm just going to show you quickly with a really small project that this is possible. So we'll just open Logic. And I've got a test project here, nothing special, but it'll just show you how this will work quite easily. And just ignore that because I don't have my MIDI device attached. So I've got an instance of the Albino synthesizer here, the Albino 3. As you can see, we've got it on analog. We've got a cutoff of 25. I'll just give you a quick play of this very basic preset. So nothing special, but so we'll leave that on 25 and say we'll change this to digital for argument's sake, just to make some changes to this project so you can see, just to prove you can change in between settings, everything's going to be saved. And I've got this instance of the Abbey Road compressor. It's on some drums, you can see it's working. Again, I'm not doing this for audio reasons. I'm just literally showing you the settings will carry over. So we'll set this at 2 and 15, for instance. And I'll just show you. This is running in 32 lives as well. This is obviously a 32-bit plugin that I've wrapped here with 32 lives, just to show you that that's all working fine too. The moment we go in here, we can see Abbey Road RS124 is inserted on this track. And the Albino is down here, and as you can see, stock configuration, manufacturer's name, Albino 3, there it is. So we'll save this track and we'll quit Logic, and we'll just wait for Logic to close properly. It takes a few seconds, and we'll open Auganizer. So Auganizer is just loading up some plugins. I've got 2 versions of Waves installed there, which is why that's popping up. It will inform you if you have multiple versions of the same plugin at the moment. So just to make this quick, we know we changed the Albino, so here it is, stock configuration. We'll give it a top name of synth. We'll put, for argument's sake, we'll just put RP in the subfolder, and we'll rename it Albino 10, just to show you can rename the plugin name. You can use a subfolder. That's all changed, and we'll go and we'll find Abbey. So there's our Abbey Road. It's a 32 lives plugin there, as I said, and we can rename that to I'll put it as Organizer just for argument's sake, so it's easy to find. We'll give it a subfolder again, just to show you that you can. We'll call it Abbey, and we'll rename it. We'll rename it Abbey RS24. I know it's doubled up, but again, it's just to show you. So we'll quit Auganizer now, and we'll go back to Logic. Wait for Logic to load back up again. Again, no rescanning of plugins there. We've modified them, changed the names, but Logic doesn't need to rescan them. It doesn't see them as a new plugin or an update or anything like that. So the project will, obviously our Logic will load its original project up again, eventually. And there we go, you can see, again, just close my MIDI port there. We're on a setting of 25. We've changed it to digital. We had that on 2, that on 20. So all those settings that I saved have come back. And just to show you, if we go to the Albino, we've got synth RP Albino 10 renamed. If we go to the plugin, 32 lives plugin, it's in Auganizer Abbey RS24. The settings are there. They play back poorly as they did before. You've got this playing as it did. So if we'll do that, we'll change it back to analog. we'll save this now, this new project with the renamed plugins. So I've saved that. That's back to analog to note. We've moved that to 387. We can update this. We'll put that on 4 for argument's sake and turn it off. So just a couple of changes. Save the project. Quit logic again. Wait for that to just quit properly. And we'll go to organizer. And we'll just restore all to original values. That takes you back to stock. So if we go to Abbey now, you can see it's back to Abbey Road, RS124. If we go to the albino, it's back to manufacturer name, no subfolder, albino 3. So we'll just quit organizer. Just to show you the last thing, you can not just change the plugins. I'm showing you you can change them, and if at any point you want to revert to stock, you can do that on a per project basis. If someone comes in doesn't know your setup, you can revert to stock. So here we go. We've loaded back up. Albino 3 has the change back to the analog. We're on 387 setting. We can, there you go, that's a setting. Everything's working fine. It's remembered the setting. We'll put it back to digital. There we go. And compressor is off. Setting of 4. And I'll just show you. The compressor is back to being in Abbey Road RS124. And the albino 3 is back to being under its manufacturer's name, an albino 3. And all settings have carried through on each project. So I hope that puts some worries to rest, that you're fine, not just organising everything, naming it, and then reopening old projects, but you can do that. You can rename as many times as you want until you get the setup that you want. You can rename, you can open a project, work in it, close it, save everything, revert to original for a new session. You can have different settings. If there's different users coming in, you can, in Auganizer, you can, of course, export your settings. So if you wanted, you could have your setup the way you want, and you could export them, save them under your name, import them for your session. At the end of your session, revert to original. It's not going to affect the project in any way or anyone else's project. Logic will just see the core thing there, and everything will work fine. So I hope that's put some of those questions on if there's any problems with that sort of thing to rest. You can basically do what you want, and Logic's not going to mind really. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. A little bit of help perhaps for some people as well there. And any other questions, don't forget to direct them to questions@auganizer.com, or to purchase, visit auganizer.com. Thanks a lot.